here's Brian Kilmeade talking about one of Trump's executive orders. There was a pardon of 1,500 people. He's talking to Trump's press secretary, Caroline Leavitt. You've seen the videos. Capitol Police were bludgeoned on the outside, so much so that by the time that they got inside, the officers that were not directly protecting lawmakers with their guns drawn were basically just standing aside because they didn't want to get their asses kicked either. J.D. Vance said on how many occasions he's not going to pardon anybody who committed any violent acts. First of all, the majority of people who did get convicted did commit violent acts. That's the way that they were prioritized by the FBI. Go ahead.
And President Trump looks forward to restoring our Justice Department and law and order in this country and ending the weaponization of justice that has taken place against him and his supporters. Pause it for 1 second. Put up your browser on here. Google DOJ Inspector General report and search in the past week. DOJ Inspector General report. And just search in the past 2 weeks. News, please. Oh, yeah, you can go back. I think we just saw it.
Oh, just go back.
That first one, Politico. Watchdog, that would be the DOJ's Inspector General, shows a Justice Department official called the inquiries on the Department of Justice probes of pandemic nursing home deaths, which were embarrassing to New York and New Jersey governors, our last play on them before election. Scroll down. Justice Department watchdog reports into leaks to the media about the agency's investigations into pandemic-related nursing home deaths in New York and New Jersey uncovered evidence that the disclosures were aimed at influencing the 2020 election.
Weaponizing
the DOJ in the run-up to the 2020 election. I got no problem with those reports, the DOJ doing those investigations. Leaking that information probably hurt the investigations with the hope that it would help their electoral chances. The Inspector General, Michael Howard's, included that orchestrated by senior DOJ officials and violated department policies governing interactions with the press about ongoing investigations. It came as then President Donald Trump attacked Democratic governors over the handling of the pandemic as his own poll numbers plummeted. Interesting. Scroll down just a little more. Emails among senior officials expressing urgency about the department's actions from June to October 2020 related direction from those officials to career personnel suggest that the 2020 upcoming election may have been a factor in the timing and manner of these actions and announcing them to the public. That's what I think she means by weaponizing the DOJ, just in case you were curious.
And ending the weaponization of justice that has taken place against him and his supporters over the last 4 years under the Biden-Harris administration.
How does that play into President Trump? That have anything to do with President Trump pardoning all the J6ers, which is causing some controversy this morning?
I don't think it's causing much controversy. President Trump campaigned on this promise. It should come as no surprise that he delivered on it on day one. And there are people who have been held hostage, as President Trump says, by the Biden DOJ. Many of them, their due process was denied. They were targeted by our Department of Justice, while the DOJ turned a blind eye to real criminals who have been committing violent rapes and murders in American communities, especially illegal migrant crime. And President Trump took historic action yesterday to secure our southern border and launched the largest mass deportation operation in history. And so again, President Trump is restoring faith in our justice system, while Joe Biden, again, on his way out the door, pardons his own family.
The Biden, pardoning his own family. I'm a little agnostic on that. I mean, it does feel like all rules are off. It would have been nice if he realized this 4 years ago. But the idea that you can attempt to commit a coup and you're going to get pardoned.
The doors were open.
The doors were open after the windows were
Those guys
smashed.
kicked him in.
I mean, this is where we're at, folks. And of course, there's no pushback from Kilmeade. I mean, are we allowed to beat up cops or not? Can we get clarification on this? Can we get a ruling from the DOJ? Are we allowed to beat up cops or not? Amazing. Really amazing. And the hostages, they were kept hostage.
It was like Camp Auschwitz, like that guy's shirt said.
Yep. Hey, folks, once again, Trump's personnel picks are all about loyalty over expertise. He named election denier Carrie Lake to lead the Voice of America. That's the U.S.-funded broadcaster meant to provide unbiased news to global audiences. Well, Ground News found hundreds of articles covering this, all concerned about VOA's editorial independence. But you'll still find the America First crowd arguing that this appointment will, quote, restore balance and fairness. Yeah. In reality, we're losing independent journalism and government transparency, setting the stage for propaganda masquerading as credible information. That's why I've trusted my partners at Ground News for years to help me critically analyze the news I consume. They're the only app that's not telling you what to think. Instead, they gather all the headlines, organize them by story, and then add data to each outlet's bias, their credibility, and their financial incentives, so you know exactly who's benefiting from the spin. Take it one step further and filter out questionable sources to stay on top of what's happening without getting buried in the noise. Trump is shaping our future in ways that's going to last for decades, and if we're not paying attention, we're letting history repeat itself. So stay engaged with Ground News, who's fixing what's breaking right in front of us. Trust and transparency in the media. My viewers save 50% on the same unlimited access Vantage plans that I use every day to track these stories and prep for my show. So go to ground.news/majority or scan my QR code to subscribe. Once you start reading the news this way, it's going to be very hard to go back. Hey folks, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and check out our daily show. We do it every day at 12 p.m. Eastern for about 2.5 hours. We even take phone calls. You should check that out.